Hello and welcome to another Raggy's review. So today, for the first time, it's my wife's birthday today. So we went over to the Poppy and Pint in the Lady Bay area of West Bridgford. Sat nav took us on a right merry-go-round. We drove up and down, then we're going towards the Trent, and it's like, what the hell's going off here? Put my sat nav on, I got straight there, although I did see the little sign that said Poppy and Pint. Got into the car park, and there were vans blocking the car park, but luckily there was one space, and then there was a silver BMW parked like that. So yeah, like that, and then there was a space that you could pop up in the side. So not that way on, but that way on. Anyway, I'm starting to back up. All of a sudden, this old geezer gets out of the car, and what does he go and do? He opens all his car doors. I thought, okay. Would have been nice, let us get a bit closer, then you can do what you like. And he's walking slowly round his car as I'm trying to back up. And to be fair, the wife should have got out and just backed me all the way up straight away, but she didn't. And anyway, I'm backing up. Next minute, he gets a bag out of this car, puts it on the floor, literally a few feet away from his door, and it's like, what the hell are you doing? There's another word I could use. Anyway, then he's got some toilet rolls on the back, and I could tell what he was doing. He was just being a very obnoxious person. And it's like, this isn't going well. Anyway, we parked up, and I looked at him twice with the look that says, you are something. But anyway, forget about that. In any car park in the world, you are going to get some challenging people, characters. We'll call them characters. So anyway, the Poppy and Pint. I'd say that because the bloke was an absolute, The Poppy and Pint. There was somebody coming in deliveries. We opened the door for them because that's the sort of people we are. He's struggling along with his cage. Opened both the doors for him to get through. It's a nice thing. People, you should do nice things in this life. It's not about being anything. I walked in. The outside looked for, very nice. And I used to work in West Bridgford for 4 years. Worked for Streetwise, aka Rushcliffe Borough Council. Yeah, less said about them, the better, I think. Some of their manoeuvres were dodgy, yeah. I think a typical Conservative council where they want the job done, but they don't want to pay for the job, or they'll do it and provide, some of the stuff I saw. It'd make you laugh. Anybody who worked for Streetwise would know that as well. But anyway, some good people work for Streetwise, to be fair. That's gone now. I think they've amalgamated back into the council, and I did love working in West Bridgford, to be fair. I used to look after the park and many other places, and worked with Zoe, and we looked after, quite a lot. The little cemetery in Wilford, we looked after that. It went from getting multiple complaints to no complaints and perfect gardening. But anyway, let's get back to the pub. So, walks into the pub. Big long bar all the way down. Loads of cask offerings. Alcohol free, a craft beer fridge. German beers in the fridge. Lots of standard stuff. Keg lagers. Literally about, I think there's a good 12 lines of cask on. Most of it was Castle Rock, to be fair. The Titanic Stout was on keg. Sirens, I forgot the name of it. It's a breakfast stout. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, we walked down and we took a seat at the far end, and we'd earmarked the breakfast already. So I went for the large breakfast at a tenner. I think you got a cup of coffee with that anyway. So I had a cup of coffee with that. Big breakfast came out. Bloody stunning. Massive breakfast. It defeated me. I couldn't eat at all. I left a bit of bacon, bit of some beans and the cherry tomatoes. So I got through most of it, Me, the wife, me, Mrs. Raggy, and Jacob, our grandson. He had bacon cob, and he was watching Thomas Tank. He was, and unbeknownst to us, there was a bit of an event set up behind us, and there was a baby meeting thing. So obviously, it's a bit of a hub of the community, and you know, that's great. Absolutely think that's fantastic that people can come to a pub in a good area. It's a nice area of Nottingham, Lady Bay is. You know, you don't quite get the characters that you get in other areas, shall we say. I did notice on the walls it was a camera branch pub, camera pub of the year for many years. Like I say, Harvest Pale was on the bar, How House, these are Castle Rock beers, Preservation, I should have remembered them all really. So a few two or three shinies on the bar as well. Shiny Brewery, they seem to get everywhere. They do. Obviously Siren Craft. Anyway, I had a breakfast. Breakfast was absolutely lovely. Spoke to some of the staff. The funny thing is, my daughter, not my daughter, my niece, Ellie, she actually works at the Poppy and Pint. Lovely young girl, you know. She's going to be great when, you know, as she grows up, and I'm glad she's working in an environment such as a pub. Challenging, you're always going to get challenging, aren't you? You know, in any hospitality setting, one, you're going to get drunk. Two, you're going to get rude. You know, it is what it is. But it can, you know, it can be great. You know, serving people. Like I gotta say, the board with the food on looked very interesting. 13 quid for, you know, what a dinner that sounded amazing. And I've literally just been out for my wife's birthday tonight to a restaurant. We paid 130 quid for 4 of us. So 13 quid. And the beer obviously is a good price. If you use your Castle Rock app, you know, you can accumulate points. I accumulated 2 quid today while I was there. It's not that I spent it, but I will spend it at some stage in the future, I suppose. But we'll get there at some stage. Hopefully they won't get rid of the app before I get to spend it. I ought to just spend it than that. But in any case, yeah, the breakfast was spot on. So then, because it was getting busy round us, and also I do this pub beer review thing. I try and spread positivity. It's not, if I go into a pub and have a bad time, I'm not going to ruin that pub's reputation. I'll check in there, check in what I'm drinking, but you'll never see a review. So by that standard, you'll know that I really didn't like where I went. Thankfully, I don't go in many pubs like that, and I swerve to avoid the typical lager drinking pubs. If I see a bouncer on the outside, that to me tells me everything I need to know that it's not. And also dog friendly pub, so that's great. Vegan meals on the menu. Like I say, cracking menu. If you follow my Facebook feed, you'll see the menu. I posted a picture of the menu on there, and please subscribe to my Facebook. I'm hovering. I'm only going up by a whisper all the time. But anyway, went on to the other side. A lot of people in there. All of a sudden, it got really busy. So I sat in the corner to do the reviews. Today, the Siren Craft beer I reviewed, the Breakfast Dream, Recurring Dreams or something, I don't know. Breakfast Start, Recurring Dreams, that was it. How House, I reviewed that, and Harvest Pale, yeah, I had to review that. And we had a good time, you know. Staff were great. They've gone upstairs, a function room upstairs, from what I noticed. Tennis courts next door. I don't think the tennis courts are part of the pub. I think they're a separate entity. Car park for you to drive into. So, you know, say one of you's driving, you got your dog, you got your kids, you want some food, you want a bit of beer, as long as you're not driving with beer. You know, what a setting. Lady Bay, West Bridgeford area. Fantastic area of Nottingham to go to. A good safe area. Yeah. apart from some grotty bloke in the car park who's being a bit of a prat. But, well, that's nothing to do with the pub, obviously. You get them, don't you? But anyway, yeah, we had a fantastic time there. There's lots of stuff on the wall. It's like someone's cut a billiard table in half and put the ends on the wall at one end. There's lots to look. When you're in there, there's lots to read. I've seen the camera, awards that they've won. They've got like ledgers with all cups and all sorts of things. It's great if you just want to sit in there and just look up and think, oh yeah, got a bit of something about it, and that's what I like. What I like is great service, great staff behind the bar. I walk into a pub, that feeling of warmth. I don't, and genuine. I don't like the fake stuff, because the fake stuff you're like, But a great selection of beers and lagers for those who want that. I didn't really look at the spirits, to be honest, on the back wall. Fantastic food. Very clean place throughout. A great pub. Fantastic. Would I go back? Hell yes. And a new pub for me today. Literally, I know my mate Zoe, when she used to work for Streetwise, used to park her van in there. I think that's just died out of the way for a little bit, bless her. But I'm surprised I didn't meet anybody from West Bridgeford, because 4 years I worked in West Bridgeford. And knew a lot of people, I'm working on the main park, Central Park, or whatever you used to call it. I dare say it's gone downhill since I left, which is sad. Hopefully not. But, yeah, time's moved on. The staff at Streetwise, aka Rushcliffe, well, yes. We'll move on from that. Characters. But yeah, we had a great time nonetheless. And so me and Mrs. Raggy would like to portray our thank you to Poppy and Pint, and tell everybody else out there in beer review land a must visit location. Predominantly cask, but a lot of cask as well, a lot of lines to choose from. And obviously it's an ever changing. Preservation was one of the Castle Rock beers on as well. And had I not been driving, so I could only have a pint, I would have sampled some more, of course. One would. And if my wife had been driving, I'd have gone through the menu, but hey ho, yeah, you've got to be good on somebody else's birthday. But that's my review. Fantastic place, fantastic area of Nottingham, don't get me wrong. A good hub away from the city centre. Where it is and where that area it feeds, fantastic for those people who live around there. Go and get yourself a few pints and a nice bit of food, and then get home. Jobs are good and can't fault it. Thank you for watching. See you soon.